All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, May 26th. We have 4 MLB picks coming your way in today's video. Like we normally do, we're not doing what we normally do, I should say. We're still on the road, obviously, if you couldn't tell. The videos usually have more graphics, more editing, but when we're on the road, we give you our favorite plays. When we're at home, and we have the normal videos coming out. We go through each and every game on the slate. I break it down. I give you my lean on the side, give you my lean on the total, talk about any other plays like player props. But when we travel, still want to get videos out. We just give you our favorite plays. So 4 plays coming your way. In terms of last video, last night, we go 1 and 2. The Cleveland Guardians being the only team that came through for us, so you like to see that. But Profar and the Phillies did not. So 1 and 2 night. We swept 2 nights ago. I'm not going to fret over a 1 and 2 night. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. We'll be back home tomorrow, but we might have one more day of these videos if we wake up before traveling and whatnot. But kind of depends on the travel plan. So just keep an eye out. But we should be returning to normal videos pretty damn soon. But guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's jump into play number 1 here. And we're heading over to Boston, who has kind of gotten dominated so far in this series. Milwaukee's looked good, but I like the Red Sox on the money line today. Now, we don't necessarily know who's pitching for Milwaukee. I've seen Gasser. I've seen who else? Tobias Myers as well, right? So not necessarily sure who's on the mound for them. Overall, it wouldn't matter to me. I'd prefer Myers, the right-hander, who's obviously had, not the best of outings just overall either when he starts games. But even if it's Gasser, he's looked pretty good. But I still trust the Red Sox in this spot because I'm not betting on the Red Sox bats. I'm betting on the Red Sox pitcher today, Tanner Houck. And for a minus 140 price tag, when we were recording this earlier, when we were looking at this to record earlier, we actually could have gotten it at minus 135. So that's unfortunate. But nonetheless, still backing Boston in this spot because of Houck. 1.94 ERA on the season. Looks really good over the last 5 games as well. I believe it's a 1.6 ERA. So that's nothing to cry about either. Really like to see that. On the year, he's got a sub 1 WHIP, 2.2 FIP, an expected FIP of 283, a batting average against of 208. So if there's anyone on this Red Sox starting rotation, right, that's going to slow this Milwaukee team down, who has come to Boston and scored 7 runs and 6 runs, I do think it is Tanner Houck. As of right now, the best the Red Sox have. So give me the Red Sox here on the money line at minus 140 over on Caesars. I wish we could have gotten the better price. I think MGM had it at 135 earlier. But nonetheless, we'll still play it at minus 140, even though it's a little bit juiced. Next game up here, we're looking at Tampa Bay taking on Kansas City. And I have a player prop that I like in this spot. We're looking at Nelson Velasquez under 1.5 strikeouts. The reason I like this play is, well, due to the fact that he's been trending. He's hit the under here in 8 of his last 10 games. And I don't necessarily look at this matchup between Tampa Bay and Kansas City. And I don't look at, Taj Bradley, who's on the mound for Tampa Bay here. And I don't necessarily see something that screams a bunch of strikeouts, anything like that coming our way. Now, he's looked good this year, do not get me wrong. But he throws a fastball, cutter, and splitter as his main pitches. All 3 of those pitches, Velasquez fares fairly well against when it comes to basing his strikeout rate, which is right around 30% to those 3 pitches. I believe the fastball is, he has like a 31% K rate. The fastball is close at 30 point whatever, but the cutter drops below 20, the splitter drops below 30 into the 20s, the splitter drops below 30. So I do like this spot here. And this is a Kansas City team that doesn't strike all that much altogether. Against righties in the last 30 days, the number 1 team in strikeouts. So I look at Bradley and I say, yes, you've been kind of pitching really well, struck out a bunch of guys. I think back to his last start against the Red Sox, in which I think he struck out like the first 7 of 8 batters, right? And then he kind of got shelled. But nonetheless, we don't want something like that today. We want Kansas City to not let him get into a groove, because Bradley is totally 100% a guy that if he strikes out one guy, the next guy's coming. Then the next guy. But against a team like Kansas City, I do think it's going to be hard to see one guy strike out twice. So I like Velasquez here under 1.5 strikeouts. Next one up. They didn't hit for us yesterday, but we're running it back. Philadelphia on the first 5 run line here, minus 0.5 for minus 150. The juiciest play that we have on the board, but this play is cash for us so much. I don't want to overdo it. They ended up winning the game yesterday, so we should have just taken the money line or run line or something like that. We didn't. We took the first 5, but I'm going to do it again today. I like the matchup. I think that they're the better team, which is not jaw-dropping. Philly's taking on the Rockies, right? But they, by far and away, should be able to do this. with Ranger Suarez on the mound, who's allowed 1 run in his last 3 starts, 1 flat ERA over his last 5 starts. The dude's looking good. Now, I will say Cal Quantrill on the other side is pitching fairly well. I even talked about it in the last video, right? Or one of my last videos. I was like, I can't believe I'm saying it, but Cal Quantrill's kind of dealing right now. But overall, against a Philly team and Philly bats like this is probably where he goes to, kind of struggle, right? So he throws a sinker. All right, Philly hits that, okay. But then he's going to go cutter and splitter. Cutter, 8th best runs above average for Philly, and then sinker, 5th best runs above average per 100 sinkers and cutters thrown to them. So I like this spot for Philly on the run line. All right, moving along here. That's 3 picks. Last one we're looking at is going to be in the LA and Cleveland game. I'm looking at Reed Detmers here, over 2.5 earned runs. He's done that in 6 straight starts here. And this is a Cleveland team that has their bats in there. I like this spot. He has been getting shelled, to be completely honest. And you have a Cleveland team that they haven't been as good as of late, but 9th best average this season, 6th best on base percentage, 2nd best slugging, 2nd best WRC plus. And that's what I like. If you look at this game from an overall perspective, or I guess I should say, batting perspective from Cleveland's side of things. So what I like about Cleveland is, okay, like I said, they've cooled a little bit in the last 30 days. I believe it's the 12th best average, and this against left-handed pitchers specifically too. But what I like is WRC plus top 10, OPS top 10, ISO top 10, actually second, and then slugging top 10. So all of these sort of power stats or power isolated stats look really good to me, meaning this 2.5 earned runs could be done with and dealt with 1 pitch type of thing. So do I think that this is this type of spot where Cleveland could chip away at Detmers over 5 innings or so? I mean, if it cashes, it cashes, but I truly believe this is like a 2-run shot or a 2-run double or a 3-run home run, that type of thing that ends up cashing this for us, because I do think these elevated power stats from Cleveland should be able to put that away. So that is what we're rolling with today, guys. Again, those are 4 picks. Red Sox money line. We like Nelson Velasquez under strikeouts. We have Phillies and Rockies. Phillies first 5 run line, so minus 0.5. And then we have Reed Detmers here over 2.5 earned runs. That's going to wrap for me. Hope you guys do enjoy. Obviously, these videos are a little bit, like I said, like a hybrid or a variation of what we normally do. But I would always rather get a video out. Like I love the community we're building and everything like that. And just because I'm on vacation, and I know I say this a lot, so sorry if you've heard this before, but just because I'm on vacation, I don't think that means that we can, just take a time away. Like, we will at some point. We have a vacation where I can't fit it in, or we need time off, or, I got the boiling point up to here type of thing. But right now, if I can get a video out, I want to get a video out. So appreciate everyone that's stuck around here. If you've made it this far, comment 7:45, because you made it 7 minutes and 45 seconds into the video. 7:45. Catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.